Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Luthais, and this is Immersive Gaming. And yes, welcome to part 10 of the Master Series. And yeah, we learned a lot through the first 9 parts regarding weapon damage. I was basically just as confused as you guys close to the end, but at least we got, nice damage numbers on the melee weapons. So, we got a better understanding of how to start. And next month or the month after that, when the next update comes out, I'll show you guys how to implement what we've all learned from the Master Series in just a very short scripted guide series. Okay, but from part 10, we're at part 10 now, right up to part 20. It's going to be 11 more episodes. We are going to go into the finer details of Scum. And today, what we are going to figure out is running or endurance. Okay? So, all of our games start at the character creation screen. And for any of you that have followed my guides up to this point, you will know that I don't see a reason to put any skill points into rifles, handguns, or archery. Okay, because you can build these up in events very, very quickly, and you don't pay for arrows. Okay, you don't lose arrows really, so you can level up archery really, really fast. Then at dexterity, thievery wins by a mile. Okay, with the effort that you have to put into thievery, but I will be crushing that in the guide that I'm going to do in the future. Okay, to see what is the fastest way to level up thievery, but for all of you guys that want to have fun, I feel starting with advanced motorcycling or with advanced driving won't be a bad idea at all. Especially with the next wipe on Survival Evolved, I'll make sure that it isn't that difficult to get a vehicle. Okay, I'm going to implement new rules for vehicles. So if you play on Survival Evolved or any other server where it isn't that difficult to find a vehicle and you want to have fun, then starting with advanced driving or with advanced motorcycling is a really fun build. Yes, you're still going to have to grind the other stuff, but at least, you can get around very quickly. Although we'll talk about that in later videos as well. Then, when it comes to intelligence, you've got an argument for medical, you've got an argument for engineering. You've got like half an argument for survival, and then you've got a half an argument for awareness. Okay, most people want to start with advanced engineering, and then once they understand how much medical helps them, there's a reason to start with advanced medical. But the thing that we're going to cover today is running and endurance. Which one do I pick? Okay, and we're going to go through 3 options here. Do I start with, and of course, this is related to a standard build, guys. It's not that difficult to get your constitution up to 5. So starting with constitution of 5 is really not that worth it. Okay, so we're just going to handle a standard build here. And with all the Master Series videos, okay, you don't have to fear building up your dexterity. We will go over the best foods to eat and the best ways to build dexterity and the best way to build strength. Okay, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Constitution, very easy. The faster you run, the faster you level up your constitution. Okay, now, first one is all the points into running. How does running help you? Well, first of all, running is a skill that shows how athletic you are and how proficient you are at running. Okay, so it's increased by jogging or running. You can't walk, so you have to jog or you have to run. And that's the one thing that I love about endurance. Endurance is raised by moving under a weight load, so I don't have to run. Okay, I can AFK endurance. I can't really AFK running because if I run into a wall, my character is gonna run out of stamina, and then I'm not leveling up running anymore. But if I just add a lot of weight to my character, I can AFK walking into a wall, because even if I press, even if I go like this and I press shift forward, my character will just keep on. When he runs out of stamina, he will just he will go to a walk and then he'll keep on walking. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, our character's got a lot of freaking stamina. I just thought to myself, holy heck. And so, yeah, you won't be able to do what I'm doing here. Okay. Like I'm jogging into a wall. Of course, my stamina is going to go down. It's just going to go down, or it's not even going to go down. Okay. Because of my running skill. But of course, I don't really need to do this when I take advanced running. Okay, but if you don't start with advanced running, this is going to be quite difficult to do. So the only reason I like endurance is that I can walk into a wall forever. I can AFK walking into a wall with weight on me and level up endurance. I can't do that with running. I need to be actively at my computer to level up running. Okay, but the main thing about running here is that it gives you minus 30% consumption rate when you jog or you run. Okay, it's minus 30% to your stamina consumption rate when you jog or run, which is a lot. Okay, and that basically and then your jog speed is increased by 15%, and your run speed is increased by 15%. Okay, now how I'm going to put this through for you guys is the other thing that we have to look out for is our macronutrients. Okay, and we are going to look at what runs out first, because a lot of the time I tell you guys that your carbs is a very big buffer, and it is a very big buffer because look at the amount of grams that you have on your carbs. Look at the amount of grams that you have on your protein and the amount of grams that you have in your fat. Okay, you can't eat too much fat because you're going to hit the cap very, very quickly. You can eat quite a bit of protein, but you can eat a heck of a lot of carbs. Okay, which won't be that bad for you. But for now, we're going to run out of sugar first. Okay, and then we're going to run out of fiber and saturated fat. So most of the time, you'll have nothing here. You'll just have these three. But as soon as you burn through your carbs, you're going to be burning through your protein a lot faster. And what I'm going to show you today is we are going to run much further and faster than what we can with advanced endurance. But when we go for advanced endurance, like now you guys will see that at the moment, it gives us minus 10% recovery rate to our stamina, okay? And then energy and water, minus 0% usage. So we're not using less energy, we're not using less water, okay? But water is a big thing when you're running around, okay? So I want to show you the two advantages. So the first build, max running. A sector, when I talk about a sector is 3 kilometers long. Okay, so we're going to see how long does it take us, okay, to run 3 kilometers with max running. And how I'm going to do this is every time I run, when I get to 10% stamina, I'm going to lie down, okay, so that it's exactly the same on all three characters. I'm going to wait till I have around 10%. I'm not going to wait till I have 5% stamina left. And then, sometimes my character will walk, sometimes he won't start walking. I'll lie down at 10% stamina every single time. See how long it takes me to run 3 kilometers, so basically a sector. So I'll first time that. And then I'll see how much nutrients I have used, okay? So how much energy I've used to run 3 kilometers. Then we're going to make a character with max endurance. And again, we're going to time it, see how long it takes us to run 3 kilometers. But the big thing then is we're going to see how much water and energy we have used, okay? Because that's the big advantage with endurance. And then we're going to take a character with medium running and medium endurance and see which one we like more, okay? So the main purpose of today is running or endurance or both. So I'm going to fast forward this so that the video isn't too long. But yeah, our energy is at exactly 800 carbs. So we ran out of 10% energy, guys, by just standing still. Okay. I don't think this will be, and we're at 83% on our water by just standing still. This will not be the same with a max endurance character, but we're going to start at 90 calories and we're going to time it now. Okay. So we're at 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's go. Okay, guys. So that was 3 kilometers. So we just ran a sector. Okay. So we were at 90 down to 64%. So that gives us 26% energy that we used. And from 83, I think, okay, to 41 is about 42. Okay. It's 42% water that we've used. And then 26% energy for one sector, guys. One sector. We just ran for one sector without any weight on us. If we had any more weight on us, our burn rate would have been much higher. Okay, so this is the best circumstances possible. If I had any weight on me, the burn rate would have been higher and my water usage would have been higher. Okay, but one thing I want you guys to notice is it's burning through the fiber, the sugar, and the saturated fat and the carbs first. Okay? You can see from 111 carbs, we lost half the carbs. Okay? And then we lost this started on 34. So we lost half the carbs, half the fiber, half the sugar, and not so much of the fat. The saturated fat takes quite a long time to burn through. Okay? But what you must ask yourself is why is the fat and the protein doing so good? Because it's burning through your carbs and your fiber and your sugar, okay, fast. But as soon as you've got no more carbs, no more fiber, no more sugar, then it just burns through your protein and your fat really, really fast. Okay? And that's why I say they're buffers, because while you've still got carbs, it's not eating through your protein. But you will see as soon as you've run through your carbs, which you run through quite quickly, then it will burn through your protein quite quickly. Okay? But in any case, that's the stats for running. It took us 8 minutes, guys. It took us 8 minutes to run one sector. Okay? And yeah, I think we've covered everything with this. I'll keep the katana on me because I'm dumb. I should have just, put those zombie spawns at 0. But this guy did run with the katana, so I'll make sure the next guy runs with the katana as well. Okay? So let's see how endurance helps you. Remember, 26% energy used, 43% water used, and about half of carbs, fiber, and sugar used, and it took us 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes to run an entire sector. Okay, guys, so here we are back. The exact same character as before, exactly the same motorcycling, survival. Only this time we've got advanced endurance. So, what's the difference now? The difference now is we don't get any. We lose the minus 30% consumption rate. So we're going to consume our stamina a lot faster. We don't run 15% faster, and we don't jog 15% faster. So we're slower and we burn through our stamina a lot faster. Okay? But what's the difference here now? Now, plus 20% recovery rate. Okay? So with no endurance, with zero, with no endurance skill, we were on minus 10% stamina recovery rate. Okay, so our stamina recovered a lot slower. Now our stamina is going to recover 30% faster. Okay, we're getting back into the action a lot faster, and we burn through our energy. We use our energy 50% less, and we have a 15% less water usage. Okay, so this is perfect. This is the perfect build for a guy who doesn't like eating and drinking constantly. Okay, again, I prefer the running because I can AFK to level up endurance. But it's all about how much fun you have right from the get go. Okay, what kind of character you want to have right from the start. So again, a lot of advantages. Your stamina rate, recovery rate is plus 30%, 30% more than what it was without any endurance. You use 50% less energy and you use 15% less water. And then one day when you get to advanced plus, like when the circle is full at 10 million points, then you'll of course have you'll be the fastest, you know, um, fastest marathon runner in the game. Okay. But if you want to catch people and get away from people, then dexterity, okay, is also very important because dexterity influences movement speed and action speed, including crafting, eating, and reloading. But it influences movement speed. Okay, guys? So if you start with a character with 5 dexterity, you're going to be running a little bit faster than a person with max running. The only downturn is you'll be tired every 2 seconds. Okay, because on Survival Evolved, my son took a character my son had a character with max running, and I had a character with 1 constitution and 5 dexterity. So I could run a little bit faster than him in the beginning, but I had to rest 4 times. Okay, where he only had to rest 1 time. So he was running away from me constantly. So at the end of the day, if he doesn't get his dexterity up to 5, but I have to take my constitution from 1 to 5. Okay, it's going to take me a lot longer to get my constitution from 1 to 5 than it's going to take him to get his dexterity from 3 to 5. If he keeps running, like if he runs the same as me and he manages his diet a lot better, then he can get to dexterity faster than me. Okay, but I don't have to watch my diet. I can just run constantly with 3.6. When I sprint, it's going to be 3.6 change per day. Okay, so even if I started 1 constitution, if I run all day, I can get to 5 constitution faster than him. But if he manages his endurance, okay, even though he can't get, the change won't be 3.6, the best change he can get is like 0.24800. But even with that, he'll still be able to get to 5 dexterity before me if he actively manages his dexterity. Okay, so that's just a little side note there. But in any case, as you guys can see, by standing still, our guy is using less water and less energy. Okay, as we're standing here. So let's see. It took us 8 minutes, okay, to get there, and I'm going to start running at the 5-minute mark. Let's go. One thing to note here, guys, I have to rest before I hit the 600-meter mark, okay, with max endurance. I only had to rest at the 600-meter mark with max running. Okay, my endurance is building up faster, but I got from my first stamina pool, I ran more than 50% further. More than 50% further. Okay. Okay, guys, we ran 3 lengths again, which is 3 kilometers. So that will be 1 sector, and we ran it in 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Although we can probably subtract about 30 seconds from me killing I had to kill 3 puppets with a katana, which didn't take a lot of time, but we can take off about 20 seconds. Okay, so it took about 9 minutes and 9 minutes 20. Okay, So it took us an extra minute and 20 seconds to run through a sector. Our energy was at 96. Okay. So we only used 26, 28. We only used 28% of our energy. Okay. Which is about 30% less than what we used previously. And we were on 92% water. So we used 53% water, okay, which is probably also around 30%, which is not that much. But we did have to rest like 50% more, okay. So with the running character, if we rested 10 times, then with the endurance character, we had to rest about 15 times, okay. But the 30% stamina recovery rate definitely helped us because we could get up a lot faster. Okay, we got back to 100% stamina a lot faster before we started running again. The main thing is we're running slower, so anyone can catch us. We're gonna have to, like if someone's trying to catch us that has got max running, we're gonna have to lie down with no stamina left, and he's probably like we can only run 400, about 360 meters before we have to sit down. The guy with max running only has to sit down at 600 meters. Okay, so but if he catches up to you, he'll probably still have about 50% of his, or like 30% of his stamina left, so he can pick up a gun and kill you, and you're sitting without any stamina left. But it definitely helps you regarding your water and your energy, okay? And 30% is a lot, guys. 30% is a lot, okay? You're gaining 30% stamina recovery rate. You're just getting 15% on your energy and your water. Okay, so if we go back to our calculations, then we'll see there'll probably only be a 15% difference. I said 30%, there'll only be a 15% difference with how much energy and water we used. Okay, but our character is 30% slower. Okay, than he should have been, and he can run 50% further with one stamina pool. Okay, with his stamina units, he can run 50% further, which we saw at the distance. So with max running, you're only using, your stamina consumption is 30% less, but it equates where, because you're running faster and you're using 30% less stamina, it equates to you running 50% further before you have to rest than a guy who's starting with max endurance. So like I say, the minute and 20 seconds isn't that major. So if you really, really don't like, eating and drinking a lot, then 30% is going to help you. Okay. Now let's look at a character with medium running and medium endurance and see how that works out, because the endurance guy didn't lose by a lot, guys. The endurance guy didn't lose by a lot. He lost by about a minute. It took him a minute and 20 seconds longer to run a sector. Okay, now over time, that's going to be a lot of time that you're losing when you're running across the map, but you're losing less resources. Okay, but a minute and 20 isn't a lot. So our running character only had to sit down at 600 meters. Our endurance character had to sit down at 370 meters. Let's see where our character has to sit down when he's got medium running and medium endurance. Okay, let's quickly see what they are saying here. Exactly the same character again. Okay, so now instead of minus 30% consumption rate, we're still getting minus 20% consumption rate. And so we're losing like a third, guys. From minus 30% stamina consumption rate to 20, and instead of plus 15 and plus 15% jogging running speed, we're getting plus 10% jogging running speed, which isn't bad at all. We went from 25 kilometers per hour to 28 kilometers per hour, I think our max running character was only at about 29 kilometers per hour. So we're not losing a lot of speed. And then here, we went from minus 10% stamina recovery rate to plus 10% stamina recovery rate. So still regaining our stamina 20% faster. Still at 10%, still minus 10% energy usage speed, and still minus 10% water usage speed. Okay, so let's see what this equates to. Let's just get our katana here again in case we get a few puppets. And let's start the timer. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's go 1 minute and 30 seconds. 99 and 98. Okay, 99 and 98. The energy and the water was at 99 and 98. This guy gets to the 10% just before the 500 meter mark, guys. Just before the 500 meter mark. Okay, just before the 500 meter mark. So the first guy had to the running guy rested at 600 meters. The endurance guy had to rest at 370, and this guy rested just before the 500 meter mark, which doesn't look bad at all. Okay, guys, so that was 8 minutes and 10 seconds. Although on my, I rested there by that puppet, and I stood up at 50% stamina instead of waiting until I've got 100% stamina. I just stood up by that puppet and ran this way. So it's 8 minutes and 10 seconds. So you can add another 5 seconds to it. Okay. So the medium running and medium endurance was only 15 seconds slower. Okay. Running through a sector. But so we're losing 15 seconds. We had to go and sit probably about 15% more than what we usually sit. But we went from 99 to 71, which is 28%. We lost 28% energy. Okay. And then we went from 98% water to 57. Okay. So that's 38. It's 41. 41. Yeah. We lost 41% water running through a sector. Okay. So personally, I like it. I like it. I like the fact that, you know, I'm saving on water and energy, and that I'm still not too slow. Okay. It's a very, very good balance. So I would say for the casual player, for the fun build meaning going for a fun skill year instead of thievery, and going for a fun build year, you know, instead of going like technical with medical or engineering, because you're saving a lot of time eating and drinking with this build. You're not a lot slower than a guy with max running, and you're using okay, less energy and water. And then over a sector, over 3 kilometers, you're like 15 seconds slower than the other guy. Okay. Which isn't that bad. And then survival is also, for me, a fun build. It's not a great build. I love medical, and then there's a reason for engineering as well, because engineering just gives you a lot. It helps you to upgrade your walls to the max. It gives you the best crates. It gives you the best shock protection. It gives you a heck of a lot, guys. So if you don't want to grind at all, engineering is probably the best one to go for. Okay, so if you don't want to grind and you just want to have fun, then yeah, driving or motorcycling is great. Medium running and medium endurance is definitely a lot better for you. And then you have to, you know, advanced engineering is probably a good choice for you if you don't want to chop down trees all day and add planks to blueprints. Okay, I like max survival because I can craft and process everything a lot faster. And that saves a heck of a lot of time over time. And because I can chop down trees faster and process bushes faster and craft faster, I can get to advanced engineering a lot faster. Okay? But in the comments down below, these are the stats. This is what I've showed you. Tell me what you are going to choose in the comments down below. For me, because I like to, like, guys, if the game gives me a treadmill, I'm going to use a treadmill. If the game gives me a boxing bag or weights to use to exercise, I'm going to use the boxing bags and the weights to exercise, okay? But since the game doesn't have a treadmill and it doesn't have gymming equipment or a boxing bag, I have to walk into a wall, okay? I don't want to walk into a wall. I'd rather walk on a treadmill or something like that. But, I'm AFKing into a wall, and then while I'm managing my diet, so I have to have a lot of food at my base to eat, and then I walk into a wall. So while I'm walking into a wall, while managing my diet with weight on me, because I've got a ton of weight on me, I am gaining dexterity, okay? Because I'm burning a lot of calories because of the weight on me. So when I AFK into a wall, I am building my dexterity and I'm building up my strength, okay? And I'm building up my endurance, okay? Not really building up my constitution, but I'm building my endurance, I'm building my strength, and I'm building my dexterity by AFK into a wall. A lot of people crawl into a wall in grass, okay, to level up their stealth, camouflage, strength and dexterity. So if you want to crawl into a wall when you're inside of grass, you can level up your your camouflage and your stealth and your engineering and stuff like that, which is also an option. But there's a lot. That's why me personally, guys, I will go for a max running character. Me personally, because I don't struggle to get food. I don't struggle, and I don't mind managing my water. But if you guys seem to pass out a lot, due to dehydration or too little water or too little food, you don't want to focus on you want to focus on your water and your food much less. And I mean, 30% over 3 months of playing Scum adds up to a heck of a lot of time, guys. A heck of a lot of time, okay? It's almost a third of the time that you don't have to eat at all, okay? So if you're going to eat 1,000 times, okay, over a long period of time, if you're going to eat and drink 1,000 times over a long period of time, with max endurance, you're just going to eat and drink. Let me just make sure that I'm not talking here through my butt. Yeah, you're going to 10%. Okay, you're going to just do it 900 times, which doesn't it doesn't feel that great. But I mean, the stamina recovery rate helps a lot. And then stamina recovery rate, energy and water consumption rates. Okay, so I don't feel it's as strong as it was. The previous test I did, it was a lot stronger. I can tell you guys that. The previous test I did, it was a lot stronger. It's not as strong now, okay? And the advantages of it is not that massive for me at the moment. And that's why I say I'll rather go for advanced running, because I know I'm going to AFK dexterity, strength, and endurance. And maybe if I'm crazy, I'll leopard crawl like the other guys. But camouflage is really not a thing for me. Not something that I focus on. But in any case, down in the comments below, tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you would rather go for. And yes, if you want to learn and see everything there is to learn and see about Scum, click that sub button, guys, because in the next 10 episodes, I'm going to be showing you everything, okay? All the technical things about Scum. And in part 11, we're going to go through the best diet, okay? The best diet that you can have in Scum to build your dexterity and strength and all that other stuff, okay? Best diet in Scum. See you guys later. And yeah, have a great day. Remember to click the like button if you liked it, and remember to subscribe for future videos. Cheers.